Yeah, we're getting live. Boom, there we are. Welcome everybody to the Put It in the Book show. I am Steve. I got my buddy Keith right here. Whoa,
Yo,
I went too far. I went off the screen there. I got Rodriguez right down there. Right it down there. Producer Joe will be here. He's a little bit delayed, but we'll allow it
he's in an
every now and
active
then.
situation.
This is an active situation.
The fugitive, the producer, fugitive.
He's with Sean
so,
Connery.
so as we have been doing,
Boy, you know,
So as we have been doing, before we actually start getting the meat potatoes of this bad boy, let's go round robin. How's everything going in your neck of the woods, Keith, outside of baseball? What's up, Tim? Barbara, aka Mom? Keith, how's it been?
Going good. Family's good. Family's healthy. I'm good. I'm healthy. Things have been pretty good. Very happy. Thanks, bro.
It's
How about
like
you?
pretty good. Wait, what's that? Pretty good. Pretty good. Why are you looking at me like that, Keith? I'm thinking that I got
What'd I say?
the wrong quote. You're like
Me?
looking at me like, yeah.
Oh, I
Curb
wasn't
Your
looking at you.
Enthusiasm.
You know what it is? It's funny because if I look this way, it looks like I'm looking at you, but I was looking at something on the side of my desk that threw me off. Sorry. Nothing
Very
to do with what
distracting
you.
down there.
Yeah, sorry.
Rodriguez, how about yourself, my friend? How's it going? Hilda, what's up?
I'm doing
Cousin
great.
Hilda.
Is that my cousin Hilda?
That's your cousin. Is that your cousin Hilda? That's just your cousin Hilda.
That's my cousin. Hilda the witch. Those little cruel kids. Hey, cousin. Love you.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, everything's pretty good down here. You're not too far from me, so we're doing okay. There's no murderers here. Nobody's getting pinned down by helicopters in this side of town.
Joe.
Which,
We're okay.
and that's always a good thing.
What was that, Keith? You okay?
Joe. What? No, I was just clearing my throat.
You're like, no.
No, nothing's wrong. So we're doing great, man. We're gonna talk about the Mets for the next hour. I feel
What
great.
if it's Joe
It's
and
not.
he's like forewarning us?
He can't run. Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
Fathers,
That's
he's
fair.
down the driveway and he'll fall.
So he needs to have like that gun that Jesse the Body had in Predator, right? That helicopter gun. Because you can't run, you better start taking things out. Yeah.
Oh man! All right, let's go ahead and get this party started right now. All right, look at that bad boy. Beautiful little opening there, and we've got plenty of Mets stuff to talk about.
Shout out to
But
Rodriguez's cousin sharing us out there.
look
Thank
at
you.
that.
Boom.
Boom. We like it. All right. One other thing that we like, Keith, we like coffee, don't we?
Yeah, not really.
Man, I can't take you. I can't take you into it any better than that.
I'm not a coffee fan. Was there any other subject?
Liar.
I love coffee. I mean, coffee is life. Life is coffee.
Not either.
When you speak of life, you speak of BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roaster to your front door, only the finest beans are hand selected. I mean, they go into the fields and they pick one bean at a time for you. It's
Beans.
probably not that exaggerated, but they do pick some quality beans to roast for your delicious
That's how you pick
taste
beans?
buds. Like this.
That's how you. That's how you milk the cow for your dairy into your coffee.
Can you milk a cat, Greg? Can you really?
Oh, fucker.
Fucker.
Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters. That's a great movie, by the way. I love it. I can watch that movie all the time, as bad as it is. But anyway, BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from their roaster to your front door. It is true. The beans they select are delicious. And I know every coffee company says that, but let's be honest. They are mass produced, right? In Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, they make their stuff in small batches, specifically for you, to the point where if you order something within 24 hours of its roast date, it's shipped to you. So they will not roast it until they're ready to roast it, and then within a day, it's shipped to you. So you'll have the most fresh, delicious coffee at your door. within 3 or 4 days of ordering it. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. Check them out now. When you go onto the site, check out all the flavors they have. Some delicious, scrumptially, dumptially.
Nutritious.
What was that?
Scrumptially, dumptially.
The Goldbergs. With the mother calls the kid scrumptious. It's terrible.
I've never seen the show.
Oh, it's a really funny show. I started watching it only recently.
Great. Oh, you're such a dork, Farace.
Yeah, it's a funny show. But anyway, it is delicious coffee. There's a ton of different flavors out there, such as dark roast, dark chocolate. And I can't mention dark roast, dark chocolate without getting into my bit. And what is that bit? It is telling you it is terrible for you. You can't drink it, even though it's delicious, because it will make you gain 30 pounds because it's chocolate, right? Farace, how many calories come in that?
Well, surprisingly enough, Keith, the experts have found that it contains absolutely 0 calories.
Whoa! How many? Say that again.
0.
Whoa! Check them out now. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com, from their roastery to your front door. There's some other delicious flavors out there, such as one of my personal favorite, as Morning Wood, guaranteed to give you a happy ending at the end of every cup. And there's also Jacked Up Cupcake, which is what we like to call our friend Rodriguez over here. Oh, wait, no, he's over there. Where is he? Where are you? There you go. I need my wayfinder. Jacked Up Cupcake is a rich, delicious vanilla cupcake flavored coffee. It's so good. I mean, you need to get out there and try it now. There's also Hannah Banana. There's really not much I can. Yeah, I paused because every joke was wrong in my head, so I'll just say that Hannah Banana. It's a different coffee. It's really delicious, sweet banana flavored coffee. Cinnabuzz, one of my favorite coffees, and you can also add 50% more caffeine per cup to any flavor that's out there. And if you're not a flavor person, fear not, my friend. Those delicious beans come unflavored as well, medium, light, and dark roasted. Check them out now, BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from their roastery to your front door. And I'll say it again, only the finest beans are hand-selected for you. And if you act now, use the code POPCULTUREPROS. You need to use all capital letters. That's when you hit the caps lock key on your keyboard, Pop Culture Pros, and you will get a third bag free. So you need to buy 2, but you get a third bag free. So if you're not into flavors, buy your 2 non-flavored coffee. Try one flavor. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You can also get the third bag for your friends. If it's their birthday, wrap it up. Give them that free bag. They won't know that you're free bagging. Get it? www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com, from their roastery to your front door. Again, guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. And if you act now, get your third bag free. Pop Culture Pros, thank you very much. Peace.
Boom. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that, Keith. Got a few more comments in the comment section. Barbara says she loves the opening. We do too. Thank you. Melissa, hey, Uncle S. I guess they call you Uncle S.
Hey.
Huh? Also, very important note, Oogie Monster is watching.
The Oogie Monster is watching.
Yes.
Be crazy.
It's happening. Lou, what's up, man? He's holding out for the bacon flavored coffee.
Oh, let me tell you something, Lou. There is also the...
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. What was that post? Rest in peace, but the guy was a dead Hulk Hogan.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, that's Just Too Sweet Show. Check them out, Pop Culture Pros. Check out the Just Too Sweet Show. They'll probably talk about that. But there is also a delicious bacon whiskey infused flavored coffee on Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, Lou. So go check them out.
Yeah, or the best thing is to order your coffee from Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, and then just take that maple bacon that you can get from Publix and just stir it with it. We'll get that flavor going. We'll get the flavor going.
That would be calories, right?
At that point you are introducing calories to the whole thing.
So with just getting it from Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, how many calories come in that? Just one.
Settle.
How many calories come in if you order from Publix? Unknown.
All right, let's talk Mets, baby. Bacon whiskey, even better, says Lou. All right, let's talk New York Mets. So Mets go 4-3 since the last time we hit the air. We lost 2 out of 3 down in Miami, and what was just a back and forth. It was close game after close game. The Friday night game where it felt like every one of our relievers was in a big jam and got out of it, and it was just like blood pressure, blood pressure, blood pressure, blood pressure, and we got through the Marlins series, losing 2 out of 3. A couple of their guys got hot during the series, and then here comes Colorado. We talked about it last week, and then of course it happened in the first game. 4-game sets are hard to sweep, no matter what you got going on. But I think the sky is falling. People, fans out there, after that game 1 loss to the Rockies, were like, "That's it, Rojas, fire him, trade Lindor, trade McCann, do this, do that. Hey, you in the stands, come play third." So now you went 3 straight, and now things are a little bit better. Although Rodriguez and I were talking right before the show started that this offensive output probably would not have done the job against a good baseball team. But we got to play the games that are on the schedule, and thankfully these type of games are on the schedule right now when we're 17 people down. So Rodriguez, first, what's your takeaway out of? So we took the last 3 against Colorado. Any takeaways that you see? Guys maybe coming out of it. The defense, the pitching, the bullpen. We talked about the defense earlier.
Well, you're winning. You're winning with a ragtag bunch of guys, bunch of rookies, bunch of guys grabbing them off the trash heap, bringing them up from the minors. And you're playing really, really good defense when it counts. Villar has played great third base.
Yep.
Okay, Lindor, even with his offensive woes, 185 or something like that.
That play today?
Did you see that dive and that's just flip? I mean, this kid is amazing in that sense. So kudos to him. Peraza's come through, who's also an ex-shortstop playing second base. Yep. That's good to have. Villar's an ex-shortstop playing third base. That's good to have. I mean, you've been able to fill in with McCann because these guys are throwing really well. So McCann can play first base. And the hottest person on the planet, the succubus, the Chupacabra of this world, Thomas Nido, batting 300 as he sucks the life out of Lindor. Lindor's going to end up batting 122, and I guarantee it's going to be like a 340 hitter. Make the All-Star team.
Balances.
This is
balances.
Yeah, it's like Thanos, the perfect balance.
The Puerto Rican, something's happening. I don't know what's going on. He's a Chupacabra. Book it. The pitching staff has been great. The ERA is in the top 5 in the league, I believe, right? As far as starters, you got 3 starters with top 5 in the league, top 10 in the league ERAs.
Yep.
The Grom, Yaiwan, and Mr. Stroman, who pitched an excellent game today. I mean, you got to give this kid credit. And Diaz has been solid. Even the word, disgusting word, has been not disgusting. And, the rest of the guys are filling in and doing the best they can. So, I mean, what else can I say?
Yeah,
it's a win, even if it's against the Rockies.
You got to play the schedule, and you got to take advantage of these type of games. So Keith,
the Braves are coming.
The Braves are coming, and they're actually beat up too. Ozuna's going to be out for a month. Is he on your fantasy team also?
Thank God, Keith. Thank God.
Whose fantasy team is he on? Joe?
Not mine.
I think it's Joe. But so Keith, so you win your last 3. Maybe it wasn't an amazing offensive output, but you win your last 3. You got 17 guys on the shelf. Here's a question for the fans out there, and I know there are fans that are going to say, Steve, you don't know what you're talking about, which is what Rodriguez says to me all the time. But so we are now 44 games into the season. The Mets have played a majority of the season without some of their major guys, and 17 guys overall. Is Rojas, Luis, not Cookie or Mel or anybody else, should Rojas be considered potentially for manager of the year?
No, he deserves to be fired. This is not. No, I'm just kidding. Let's be honest. Let's take a step back, okay? Rojas got hired. Boom, pandemic. Boom, injury. Boom, change it in leadership in terms of owner of the team. Boom, a slew of injuries. This guy has dealt with more adversity than any manager I've seen in their first 2 years on the job. Yeah. So as far as him being manager of the year, that is something that should be looked at. Will he be? I don't know. He gets a bad rap. You're in New York, and New York, especially
He can
media and
never,
fans. Yeah,
no matter
but I
what.
mean, the amount of adversity that this young manager has dealt with, um, from an early onset, I almost want to see what he'll do with no adversity. Like, can he
Right.
perform in that kind of situation in terms of making decisions in the dugout?
He's making of this,
He's
and he's bringing guys out, and he's saying it. I'm gonna bring guys who I want out. He's
yeah. I mean, Rodriguez. I mean, think about how many managers have you seen deal with as much adversity as their first managerial job in the first 2 years?
bro. You call
Nobody.
the pandemic, COVID.
Shortened season, the injuries, change in
He's in.
ownership. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. So
He's hung through. So
he's done a good job. And let's be honest, we're New York, so the problem with New Yorkers are we're very, and it's not a it's a kind of a backhanded compliment.
know-it-alls.
We're super intelligent when it comes to baseball, but we also act as know-it-alls. And right, like Rodriguez said, and we turn around and we scrutinize every single move because we have a higher level of intelligence when it comes to baseball than a lot of other cities. And I'm not insulting other cities; it's just how we are because we are in the details and in the weeds on everything. As New Yorkers, that's what we do. So I think he deserves kudos, and I think the way he took a lot of these players who he knows can't hit and put them in positions to defensively succeed, to back up the pitching, which is our strength, is what really helped our team because we can't hit, but he's putting all the position players in the right places to defensively succeed, to minimize the runs for our pitchers, who is right now our biggest strength. And that's why we're still winning. 4 out of 7 with this ragtag team. I would take it if we won 4 out of every 7 going forward till we're back. Love it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
It's the pitching. They're playing. They're pitching out of this world. I mean,
They are. But the defense has been good too, Rodriguez, and he's been positioning players to perform. I mean, Farace at second, the guy's been lights out. I'm loving him at second.
He's an X. He can play second. All these guys can play multiple positions and play
Agreed.
them.
Yeah, you got all three: second base, shortstop, and
level
third.
Up and just say, "Hey, Sandy, good job at."
Got an infield full of shortstops.
Because we're like a triple depth right now. I mean,
and to your point there, somebody said that the Mets' depth is gone. That we're using it. Imagine if we didn't. Imagine, and we've talked about this. 2016, 2017, when this type of stuff happened.
Real song, isn't it?
We had we had a bunch of bums in the lineup, not being able to field, not being able to hit, not being able to do anything.
What up, Frank?
It was super frustrating back then.
Yeah.
And this time around, the depth has been built. Imagine no Peraza, imagine no Villar. These guys are the backbone right now.
And you have to give management a lot of kudos for that because they said to themselves, "What can I put in the infield that'll give me a great defensive play when they come in? A shortstop that can play third, a shortstop that can play second." So you brought those two guys in.
Yes.
Excellent moves, man. Fantastic moves.
I mean, can we sustain the whole season? Of course not. But if we continue winning and staying above 500 until our players come back healthy, we're going to be great. I mean, it's going to be a little bit, but by the end of June, which of course is a month away, we should have most of our starting roster back, position player wise.
End
of June, which is a wild. We got a long way to go, everybody. But
hamstrings, they could take
right for those two.
On the top tear, if it's a tear or if it's a strain, who knows?
Yeah, but I'm hoping to see Alonso, JD, Nimmo. I'm hoping to see some of these guys come back, right?
Well,
McNeil and Conforto.
Yeah, Nimmo. The latest thing on him is he's got a nerve situation again.
That's what it was. A nerve. He's too fragile, man. Go back.
I don't.
It's sad. He's such a talent. It's really sad. I hope that he finds some kind of miracle marijuana gel to fix him up.
He can't be a starter.
Did I say that out loud?
It's
Yeah,
tough.
he's the bench. And he could smoke weed on the bench.
Yeah.
Should legalize
Legal.
it.
It's
If it was
legal out there.
federally legal,
If you're playing,
he'd be fine. He'd be like, I don't care about that pain.
you're playing with a state that is legal and is recreational. What more?
Actually, if he would have smoked before the game, it would probably slow the ball down when it's being pitched to him.
So this
Maybe in his mind only, but still.
Lou, this is actually something that we were also talking about right before the show started. When we're getting everything ready,
Lou.
Lou, you're reading our minds here. Are you tapped in somehow? You tapped in here?
I hope not.
But he asked, does VR keep the third base job when JD comes back? So here's the balance on that. VR has played phenomenal defense there. We know JD Davis does not play phenomenal defense there. VR
jobs. JD plays his first 7. VR comes in and finishes the game.
Yeah.
That was
and JD's a hitter. JD's he's been out, but he's right around 400.
Definitely.
And VR up until as of right now he's at 224. So he provides the speed, he provides the glove, does a good job there. And is it that or does VR just keep it because he's hot? Hot.
It depends. It depends how he's hitting. Okay. It depends how he's hitting because he can't be flaky hitting. He has to be. He can't go up one game and then go back 4 games because you can't do that. If he's gonna be that guy, then JD steps in, plays the first 7 innings, gets his 3 at bats. VR comes in for the last 2 innings, maybe gets an at bat, plays defense. If he gets on base, he steals a base. He can be a smart baseball player a lot of times. Sometimes he's pretty goofy. He shouldn't have stole second base today. That was stupid. He should just stayed there. However, see, I don't forget.
Overzealous. That was stupid.
Right? What do you guys think? I think he should have stole second. What was the point of that? It was just trying to be a show off. Anyway, so
or desperately trying to get runs, maybe.
You can't get blood from a stone, dude.
It
is what it is. Okay, that we're offensively challenged until guys like JD, like you guys said, Nemo and stuff, and until Pete comes back, we're very offensively challenged. So our defense and our pitching has to win the rest of the games for us.
Yeah, I think honestly it's going to be a split time thing when JD comes back, with time majority to JD because of his bat, but he's earned significant time at third base, whether it's 2 starts
JD
a week.
can hit.
JD can rake. Yes, JD is
hitter.
He's a beast, and his double clutching, pumping ass is okay at third because he can rake. But it would be nice to have a player in there who can play defense for later innings, or maybe on Sundays, those kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give him a couple of days off a week.
I agree. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. Split time with majority going to JD. Yep.
Let's catch up on some of the comments here.
Catch up.
Hilda says Golda is watching as well. Terzio. Terzio says Mabin 0 for life, 0 for 26 and counting. I thought he had it in that last at bat today. I thought he had it, but that was a weird play.
Harry was like, "What does he have to do to get a hit?"
What's he gonna do?
That one.
I am starting to feel bad for him because he's getting some rough breaks too. But yeah,
and he just looked up. He's like, "What am I gonna? What do I do?"
Playing good defense, so I'll let him go.
Yeah. Ray, what's up, man? The Mabian experiment has failed. Yeah, but that's all we got right now.
The tire plug. Just
Dave, what's up, man? Dave, for you, anybody out there watching, South Florida Mets fans, they have their group out there, so go check them out over there. Lou says, even when he was a Marlin, VR made a lot of bad base running mistakes. And actually, great point, Lou, is when he got picked off third, the Marlins broadcast, which I hate listening to, but they said, he was picked off 4 or 5 times in close game situations with the Marlins, and they said the Marlins know about it. So
that's why he's a defensive backup.
That's why he goes, "Oh, I'm a really smart baseball player." Yeah, sometimes you are, but most of the time you get picked off. So cut it out.
Terzio's got him rolling. Mabin, what may have been. I like it.
Oh boy, I can't wait for
Ma-
this one. Maven has been. There you go.
Has been. And Melissa says they got to all pitch in. No pun intended, I'm sure. JD always comes strong. Yeah,
True.
JD's got the bat to do, to get the job done. With
He's
the
got
bat.
the butt the girls like, right? The bubble butt.
That's what Keith says. I don't know.
I call him Bubble Butt.
Isn't that his nickname? Like in
It
high school
is.
or college or something?
Thought.
Yeah. All right. So do we? All right. The next
When you
step
put him on
here.
a butt when he scores, your hand disappears and takes a week to come back.
No. That's not how it works.
No. Now stop.
Do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk a little bit of bad news or some good news?
Bad news first. Just ruin it. Go ahead, ruin it.
Bad news. Oh, well, the bad news everybody knows is that Noah Syndergaard is going to be shut down for 6 weeks.
I expected that.
New date is sometime in December, where he will be pitching maybe out of the bullpen, helping us down the stretch to a World Series championship.
I hope not. I hope he's still at home all year. Honestly, I want him to come back strong. Why?
Well,
pitch.
and then so that gets really interesting, right? Now, this whole thing gets very interesting because he's now a free agent. So he's almost gotta come back on the semi-cheap for a 1-year deal to kind of prove that he's healthy, and then go for that bigger contract.
So we get him for a year cheap, and then we
My
extend
thought.
at the end of the year.
Yeah. That was my thought. That's where my mind went when I
thought
heard
that
6
same
weeks.
thing, Froch. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I thought that same thing. That his contract negotiation is out the window. His leverage in negotiation, I should say, is out the window at this point.
He's
And
gonna
so does
for that reason, probably. That's going to be a big reason for him to come back before the year ends.
yeah.
I think he'll be back. I would like to see him jump in late August, early September. Us still in the chase. Boom! You throw him in there healthy. It'll give us a little bit of a boost into the playoffs, and his
2 innings.
If 4/5 of our pitching staff is still with us, if we have DeGrom, if we have Stroman, if we have Yaiwan,
and we need Cookie back.
Brasco, if we have those 4 guys, cooking, pitching well, no, we're gonna be really tough to beat, no matter what.
Nobody wants to face that.
Because those guys are good, solid veterans.
Yeah. Nobody wants to face that.
Frank's ex-wife should just be a part of the show. Frank,
Terzio said.
What did he say?
It's just go ahead, Froch.
He said, all right, first, between Maven and my ex-wife, who's worse? Let me through all the job for you guys for today. My ex-wife looks like a truck driver. There it is.
Wow.
He said it's a joke. Ray McKinney got on base and scored. Hey, McKinney played a nice right field also. He's a former first-round pick, so you never know if, not that he's going to pan out to be that anymore, but
at one time. All the guys were best at one time, so they have it in them to perform. It's just, do they have to do it for 75% of the time, 50% of the time, 25%? No, depending. So you got to know when to stop them, pull them back, and not let them play.
Right.
So,
Harry Eisenstein, first time seeing that name. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you. When Noah comes back, will it be with or without a shirt?
Both. But with McKinney, Rodriguez, for sure, right, without a shirt, in training, with a shirt while he's playing. But with McKinney, it's all about adjustments, right? So he made it all the way up to this level, performing. Can he adjust? Can he learn to adjust? Because supposedly he's got pop. I like the way he looked in the outfield. He was very comfortable out there.
he's a big boy. He looks like
He played nice right field.
Yeah. So can he adjust to pitching? Hey, listen, if you strike out 120 times but bat 250 with 30 home runs, you'll make a lot of money in baseball, and your fans will love you. So hopefully he becomes that kind of guy for us magically, and we plug him in somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what we don't need. I mean, it would be great if we brought him in and he became a star for the rest of the year. But let's be more realistic about it and say that there's a potential for him to be a solid ball player.
He's filling in, and he good money either on this team later on next year or on another.
Yeah, he may earn a bench spot for us. That'd be nice. Running into the playoffs.
Sign him.
7 years ago today, Mr. Terzio reminds us that 50 Cent threw out the first pitch. just a bit outside.
That was hideous.
What was worse, his pitch or Baba Booey's pitch?
Well, Baba Booey, you expected out of.
Yeah, fifth.
You really expect Baba Booey to throw a strike.
50 was pretty bad. It was.
Get his teeth caught on the pitcher's mound. Over. That's what I expected out of Baba Booey. But 50 Cent, I expected at least the ball to make it or get in the vicinity.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Adam Wainwright throw closer to the plate. But anyway.
Jeez. All right, so now the good news.
Carlos Beltran. I'll tell you how much I hate Carlos Beltran. When the team is wearing 15, and the first person I think of is Jerry Grody. I don't think of Carlos Beltran. That's how much I blocked him out of my head. Unfortunately, he creeps back into my head with his stupid little nugget ear and his stupid strikeout, and then stupidly turning our team into a laughing stock again. Even though you were great, and I was very proud of you at one time. I hate you. Sorry.
Who do you hate more, him or Rodriguez? Not you, Rodriguez, but Alex Rodriguez.
Him? Another guy. You want to talk about
his two favorite guys?
A huge fan of Alex Rodriguez stuff. I know he was a freaking roid head his whole life. His whole career is fake. Like his teeth and his stupid relationship with
it's so true. Anytime I watch even like old plays with Rodriguez, I'm like, phony baloney nonsense. I hate you. Anyway, moving along.
So she goes from Yankee skank back to a Red Sox fandom, right? but and then in between she was a Mets fan.
Try to boss her around. You know, this guy, he's gonna be like, okay, thank you. Police gonna have that's what Affleck says. And then the other guy's like, no, it's all about me and my gut and my funky teeth and my.
He's got a men's makeup line now.
Where's Matt? Yeah.
What's happening? What did Jose Canseco about his men's makeup, Raj?
He said something about.
Does that makeup cover up cheating for on J-Lo?
Yeah. Very good memory there. I couldn't remember. Mindy says how about Jose Peraza, star of the Mets doubleheader? Yeah, three RBIs, 3 ribeye steaks.
100. Peraza was the star of the day.
So some good news now. Yaiwan Walker comes back, baby, tomorrow to pitch against the Braves. No, it's been announced. Walker's going to be activated from the 10-day injured list to start Friday's game.
Look at the worry in Rodriguez's face.
Atlanta.
He's not even happy. He's stressed and worried. Look at it. I know I'm with you, but I want to hear your reasoning.
I don't want him to come back if he's not healthy, not push himself back. He's a big fofo. He's been hurt for the last few years. You know, I don't want him to come back if he doesn't have to. Everybody else got to step up, but you have to rely on what they say, right?
Hopefully,
yeah.
What about me getting thrown out of baseball? You're look-alike.
He's like, it's like Seinfeld at the fruit store. He's banned. I'm banned. Yeah, you're banned.
Shirts stand up with like what is it? A sledgehammer, Frotch?
No.
Jackhammer?
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer, whatever it was. Wait. Anyway.
Yeah, let's Mickey Callaway has been banned from baseball after obviously fired from the Angels and then banned from the sport.
Sayonara.
How dumb do you have to be to get banned from the sport that you grew up loving and playing and managing?
You get full of yourself, or at least you think you're full of yourself, and you wear little suits too and send pictures to women.
Yeah, your ego and Willie do the thinking for you, and you're an idiot. I mean, have some self-control and wake the hell up.
Yeah.
I
like you no matter what.
Barbara said the main ingredient in the men's makeup line is steroids.
Dude, I looked up the top 50 home run hitters of all time. There were like 11 of them that were accused of being on steroids. That list out of the top 50.
HGH cream in your face.
And what most of them were from 2020, the year 2000 and later, right?
Most of them are from
that got.
I mean, all of them are from our era, to be honest. You know, there's a lot of names on there. But guess who's 51? Mike Piazza. So he's not in the top 50.
Ah!
There's a win. There it is.
I do wear the I Piazza was somehow right next to Beltron, and I didn't want to do that to you
So now,
or my back. I don't want to do that to my body.
broadcast with Beltran.
Right. Yeah, Terzio, very good point. When the season's over, I think Steve Cohen should reevaluate his medical staff. Didn't we just do this? I felt like we just did this a few years back.
See, but I'm not going to go through every injury, but let's just kind of high level think about it real quick. A lot of it is like they got hit by a pitch in their hand, hamstring. Sometimes hamstrings. Yeah, maybe they should have stretched better, but these are common injuries. It just
but the players should know better.
You have
Yes, exactly, and you can't force it.
No,
but the players should know better. But guys like to your point, Keith, Pete and JD and Nimmo, who those three were because of hit by pitches at the onset. I don't know what's going on with Nimmo now, but the other two was hit by pitches. And as Tom Bohan says, injuries are up all over baseball, and it is from a little bit of everything. It's like everything but the bagel.
Side strain injuries was like a little but it's cold weather. There's a lot of factors in play. I don't think this is the same thing as it was 4 years ago. I just don't.
They have to stop weightlifting.
I don't think DeGrom's weightlifting.
DeGrom. Yeah, I was going to say DeGrom.
Yeah, I'm with you, Farace. I think it's a number of factors. I think maybe
throwing 102. He can have a lat strain if he wants to.
Yes,
right. Like help.
He's like, yeah, I want.
Yeah, wait, did you guys cringe the other day with me? Not with me, but at your home at the same time when DeGrom swung the bat. I was like, oh, don't do it. I thought maybe he was just gonna
universal DH, please.
And then he stretches it to a double.
That's what my heart.
And then he got thrown out.
He's an amazing athlete, but I think that it's a matter of I think once the weather warms up, these players have less injuries. I think in cold weather, it's just your muscles get tighter. I think it's a thing. And we're experiencing it more than most people in the history of the entire world have ever experienced it. But it's a thing.
You're 100% right, but let me tell you something. There's a lot of stuff to avoid this. There's undergarments that keep you warm. There's stretching. There's ointments. There's proper hydration. There's so many things these guys are not doing. Probably. So then they get these type of injuries.
I'm wondering if they're drinking the night before.
Alcohol in your body, it affects you.
It'll kill you, yeah.
100%. So you have to take care of yourself if you're not the old rough and tough type of guy like Babe Ruth who could drink a gallon of whiskey a night.
Right.
More power to him. Terzio says food players have muscle pain in the side and back, and McNeil said he was not hydrated enough. And of course, just like what that guy down there said, that's what the training staff is for. Gary Cohen has also mentioned it on the broadcast a few times. Catching up here, a lot of comments tonight. I was there when Jacob pitched and hit Tuesday night. Mindy, I took a deep breath and I almost, when he took that swing. Ray,
I shut it off, honestly.
I was oof. Ray Lindor doesn't have to be hurt. He's laughing all the way to the bank. Well, let me say this about Lindor. He's still out there. He's still hustling. He's not making good contact. That's absolutely true. But he's still busting down the line on grounders. He's still making diving stops. He's saving runs in the field. And I'm not making excuses for a 183 hitter right now. I've just seen him. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in addition to what you're saying, I saw him today, like giving. He's for a young man very baseball intelligent, Lindor, and I saw him giving some advice to Lucchesi today. And my initial response was, stop giving advice and concentrating on getting a hit. But then I stopped myself because that's who he is. That's part of what makes him so valuable to the team is he is everywhere. He's involved in every aspect of the game. He's a great teammate. He has a great eye for the game. He's super intelligent baseball-wise. I do want him to put that intelligence towards stop swinging at crap and start leveling his swing and stop popping things up. But, he will. He's an intelligent guy. but yeah, right now he is laughing to the bank. I know he'll be fine, but it's frustrating.
But that's a terrible thing to say, because you know what? He's our superstar. He's our 10-year guy. He's the guy that we're building this team around.
Yep.
Believe it or not, that's the guy you're gonna build this team around. That's the guy that's gonna lead you into the future. Okay. Now you got to understand. Has he behaved himself as a leader up to this moment? I believe so. And he took McNeil to task. He's a new guy on this team. He took McNeil to task and punched him in the face and said, "Cut this nonsense out."
Love it.
And what's
And
gonna?
then he hit a home run.
I'm the guy. It's a home run. Comes back. I'm the captain of this team. Even Alonso. Alonso has to be a big polar bear, but just relax a little bit because it's Lindor's team. That's whose team it is right now. Period. For the next 10 years. So they're booing him. Okay, they have a right to boo him. But Jesus Christ, you don't even realize how hard it is to do what he's doing, man. He's playing great defense, being a team leader. He's doing everything that he can to impress us, to make us proud of him. And all these Met fans do is try to bring him down because of money. It's not your money anyway. You're not paying him. You go to the games once in a while, big deal. So what? Give it up. Farace, stop booing Lindor.
And that was my point when what I was saying about Lucchese. Like, I'm a fan, so I would immediately first thought was, worry about yourself. And then I was like, but wait, this is what makes him so valuable. And then I refocused on how many aspects he brings to the team. And just because his hitting is suffering, that's one aspect, only one, and it will get better because he is super talented and he knows what he's doing. It's just taking him time, a lot longer than anybody expected to get there, but he will get there.
Yeah, and Terzio says 10 years of what ifs. It's like
I don't think so, Frank.
It's like the ex-wife, right? Come on, I was setting up. Come on.
Come on.
No, yeah, you can't say that 2 months into a 10-year, or 11. We'll have him for 11 years.
I've saw people comparing him to Cespedes. I mean, come on, get over it. Just
stop
it. Stop it.
28 years old. He's a kid. He's having a bad season. He's in a slump. It happens.
He's in a new scenario. He's in New York. He's dealing with it's just he'll be fine. That's it.
He has a mentally challenged sister, right? That his mother had some kind of cancer or something. So this kid is going through a lot of things in his personal life that, believe it or not, we shouldn't care about. But guess what? He's a human being, so it may affect them. People, you just got to realize stuff.
Money don't fix things like that, Rodriguez.
It doesn't.
No.
It smiles all the time, tries to be happy, tries to be a great teammate.
And he is a great teammate. That's, again, with the Lucchese thing. That's why
the brand new dad.
I had to stop myself because it's like, first, then I had to relook at it and at the second take and say, I am so happy that this dude is a leader on this team, and that everybody still listens to him, even though through his struggles, which tells you a lot about his character. Because most of the time when somebody's sucking it up, which he kind of is at the plate, people dismiss you. They sit there intently listening to everything he says, which means he has the respect of the team.
Yep.
He's our super.
That's for sure.
That's what it is.
Yep. Terzio said he's a star player. He's supposed to carry the team while the other guys are injured. So far, he has shown nothing. So to that, I will say that in the game in basketball, yes, you can say that one guy can carry a team. In baseball, it's difficult for one guy in a lineup to carry the team for several reasons. Number one, who's getting on base ahead of you? Villar right now is hitting in the leadoff spot. He's batting .224. I'm not saying anything bad about Villar's play on the field or anything like that. He's hitting .224. So he's not getting on base at a nice clip. Then Lindor comes up, and who does he have protecting him? Somebody who's batting .197. And so the pitcher can throw breaking ball. And if they're snapping off nice sliders, snapping off nice curveballs, it is what it is. And then
he's got to learn to lay off or hit them, though. That really is the issue at the plate.
Yeah,
but then
all the things you said come into play. He's in a new league. He's on a new team. He's going to press. Everything you're saying comes into play right then and there.
Oh, I agree. And he brings so many other aspects. But now it's time to start looking at the pitches you're taking and swinging at and studying tape. I'm sure he's doing that. And I say tape because.
Put Pete Alonso. Put Pete
But
Alonso.
I'm sure he's doing that, and
Don't get-
he'll come around. I know he will. It's just he's dealing with a lot of aspects at once. And Rodriguez, you brought his personal life into it, which is a huge aspect, whether anybody likes it or not. When you're dealing with sick family or somebody in a family who is handicapped, it's a burden. And when you're adding all these other things to it, they compile. Professional and personal life can compile, and he's handling it well, all smiles on a field, and still acting as a leader and pulling off some pretty cool defensive plays. So let's give him a break, Mets fans, and
Squirrels.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's give him a break. He'll come around. Now, if it's September and he's still batting 190, I may be looking at things a little bit different, but let's get there when we get there.
Get contract after that.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know what the scenario is going to be, but we'll get there when we get there, and we'll talk about it when we do.
Yeah. All right. So the bottom line of it all is that we need our guys back. If you get a sizzling hot hitter behind him, Lindor is going to jump his average by 70 points. That's what's going to start. He's going to start seeing the pitches that he can hit.
We need JD back. We need Conforto back. We need McNeil back. We need
Look
Pete
at that.
back.
Those are top 10 guys in baseball at their positions.
Yeah.
Alonso, Conforto. Conforto's also being hurt by this, by the way, because this is his walk year. McNeil.
I'm hoping we get a cheap contract off of this injury and stay in first place.
Woo, baby!
I don't know about that. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about the next week or so from a schedule standpoint. And so the next 3 games are against the Craplana Braves as they head to Citi Field. The schedule is tomorrow. It's a 7-10 start. Saturday is the Fox game of the week at 7 o'clock, 7:15. Now we're used to some earlier games on Saturday, and then Sunday is the ESPN game of the week. So we get to listen to our favorite announcers because the whole SNY crew said that, because I do think that there's some times where they still do the game, but they're apparently taking the weekend off, so they're gonna enjoy some nice weather up in New York, do their thing. But we are on national TV 2 nights in a row on Saturday and Sunday.
Who's pitching?
Yes, Terzio.
Peterson's pitching Saturday.
So Peterson looks like right now it's on the Mets site right now. It's showing that Peterson's pitching tomorrow, but the news from Tim Healy and a bunch of other people on Twitter saying that he's Yaiwan makes his return tomorrow. Oh no ESPN. After that, we go to Arizona. And we took care of business against them in City. We know that we can handle that. And then a real test comes after that as we head to San Diego for 4.
With nothing.
And that's where this type of a lineup, this is why we cushion our first place lead against the Rockies. Because we have the Braves, which is a big divisional matchup. Then we have Arizona. But then for this 4-game set that we just had against the Rockies, don't expect too much against the Padres. But we'll talk about that more next week. So next 6 games are against the Braves and Arizona. Do you think that this is it's another opportunity for us to cushion up a little bit, especially against the Braves, if we can win that series? What are you guys' thoughts on that? We could have a 4-game lead by the time we head to San Diego. Look at me, a confident Mets fan with 17 on the IL.
Wow, didn't poop in the milk not once that time. It's amazing.
I haven't pooped in the milk all year, baby.
Well,
it's been
think
the 3 of you.
I don't know.
David said, expect nothing in San Diego. Anything we get out there, I'm happy with. Low expectations, says Mindy. But Keith, what are you seeing from these next 6 games? Can we do 2 out of 3 out of both? I know we'll do our previews, but
That's ideal. 2 out of 3 to come back from those 6 games. 4 to 6. It's going to be a really tough road because Atlanta, they are hurt. Ozuna's out. Their pitching's been a little suspect, but they're still a tough team. So we got to see what happens there. And then my next, even bigger concern is Arizona because I feel like that's a trap series. They've lost 10 in a row now. They're due for some kind of outbreak or something. Hey, can we go in there and win? Yes, but that's like one of those trap series. Like a team that's been beaten down so bad. Sometimes they rise up and play really well. I just hope they do
Rise
that
up.
after we are out of Arizona. We're going to Arizona for that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they do that after we're out of Arizona. So I'll give my predictions later.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But 4 out of 6 might be a stretch. We'll see.
Rodriguez, what do you think? Well, I missed what you said.
He said 4 out of 6.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I said 4 to 6 might be a stretch.
Could be a stretch.
I'll give my predictions later.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry about that. So I don't know. I mean, the Rockies didn't rise up. They stayed down. And they lost. So it could happen to Arizona. We play them in the next series, so they could win a couple and think they got something going, and then we go over there and we beat them up. But they're a solid team. They can be a solid team. So I would prefer to really dominate the Braves. Take 2 out of 3 is crucial to me with the Braves because we have to bury them.
Divisional.
They're gonna rise up soon. I mean, they got Austin Riley, who was, I think, Player of the Month or the Week or something like that. Guy's got like 7
Insane.
last 15 games. He's a beast. Even though Ozuna's out, Ozzy Albies, and of course Freeman, and they find ways to beat us. So that's the game. Those are the 3 that I'm really worried about. Those 3 games, and then we can go 500 with Arizona. But we have to beat the Braves. We have to cement our lead really early in the season.
There you see the up-to-date standings. The team with 17 guys, 18 guys out. When you rotate guys out, is the only team in the division over 500. So Phillies and the Braves, 2.5 games out. Miami is 3 games out, and our graphic is covering up the Nationals, and that's how it's going to stay. Screw you, Nats. So. Because earlier we said we said that a lot of our guys are going to start coming back throughout the a little bit here, a little bit there, but by the end of June, we could potentially then have our core group back, barring any setbacks. So just want to really run through really quickly the schedule for the month of June. We already talked about Arizona, 4 games in San Diego, 2 games in Baltimore. Then it's a homestand against the Padres, 3 against the Padres in New York, 4 against Chicago, 4 against the Nats in DC, 3 against the Braves, 4 against the Phillies. This is I'm saying all this to say this is a big freaking month. This is a lot of divisional and Padres this month, and so we have 2 doubleheaders scheduled throughout the month. Then we have a makeup 1 single game against the Nats. So we play the Nats 5 times within 11 days. And then we go to Atlanta again. So it's a big month. And incrementally, as we get healthy, it's going to help us as we get, Lugo. And if Pete Alonso is going to come back in the next few days, that would be a huge shot in the arm if he can come back healthy. But big month, boys. Heading this month, and then the first few games heading into the All-Star break, it's a huge month where we can really do a lot of damage here as we get guys back.
We need Carrasco back.
Yeah, that's at the end of June also. Yeah,
we need Carrasco, Pete, and JD at minimum just come back and play at peak expecting performance.
Can't compete with San Diego. We can't compete with the Braves. Even the
not with this.
I mean, we need these guys. We can't score 2 runs a game and keep winning. Honestly, our pitching break soon. They're gonna need a break.
Oh, for sure. You saw what happened after mega overusage of the pen late last week. It just,
Hmm.
over Saturday and Sunday against the Marlins, it just didn't hold up anymore. It just couldn't. It was going to break, but
For a reason.
Yep.
1 inning. That's it.
Yep. And then you got guys, pitching, and again, we can say these are major leaguers and they should be able to do this, but when you get up and you warm up and then you warm up and then you sit down and then you warm up, then you come into the game and then you come in the next day, you warm up, you come in for to pitch your inning. I think it was like 3 or 4 guys that pitched 3 straight games for the Mets last week, and it's gonna take its toll.
What's the expected return for Carrasco?
Late June, early July, actually. It's the hammy. He's been able to do everything else with the whatever the arm issue is not an issue anymore. It's the hammy. So, and then of course, so
Amazing.
you would hope to see Carrasco start a minor league rehab assignment sometime, maybe 2.5 weeks from now, so that he can get back into the rhythm to be back by early July. So
And Lugo,
we'll see
Lugo's very, very important. We need him. We need.
Yeah, to help stretch that pen out, right?
Yeah.
He's very soon. I think I read maybe Monday, for Loogie.
Loogie's back.
Loogie, and then you got Villar. He's also going to be. He actually. They initially said that he was going to have to wait 2 weeks to have his surgery done, but he had it just a couple of days afterwards, and so it's 2 weeks later, and he'll be able to get back to baseball activities.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Look at this guy. 94-mile-an-hour fastball to the face, and he'll be back soon. Nuts. All right.
What do you think?
I want to see what his. I mean, he had no issues with his nose. It wasn't like what's his name?
I mean, he's not a good-looking guy to begin with. So
What was the guy's name? The lefty, the pitcher, John Neese, that your boy paid for his surgery.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I think that'll about wrap it up for us this week. 4-3. Well, I'm gonna we go round robin and maybe he's got a Fwakata or 17. Maybe can you anti-Fwakata? Like can your Fwakata? Does it have the power to reverse the 17 that are injured?
Don't you worry about what my Fwakata do. Did we? Are we going to give the next 6-game prediction as we go round 2?
No, we'll continue doing the write up.
Yeah. Check us out. So put in the bookshelf group.
So let's go round robin. Any closing words? And we got to have a nice extra special Fwakata. I feel it. Feel it in my gut.
Well, it's gonna be a different Fwakata. But first,
It's either that or it's lunch.
First, I want to say that kudos to our manager who's been doing an amazing job through all this adversity.
That's a word.
Through all of these injuries and all of these things he's dealing with, kudos to our manager. I just also want to say kudos to our pitching staff. Great job in holding us down. Thank you, guys. And finally, I want to give a Fwakata to injuries. Screw you, injuries. You have ruined my hopes.
Again.
No, not again. We are overcoming you this time. Injury. 4 out of 7 injury. 17 down and we're still 500. Injury. 17 down, we're still 500. Injury. Fwakata injury. Let's go, Mets. Bring back all those injured players, baby. Fwakata! And I just also want to say thank you for watching.
Mindy's showing you how to say the word.
Adversity.
Sounded out.
I said it about 4 times early in the show. Adversity, but you
were all adversity.
As the show goes, words get miscued and things happen.
Also, right.
It's cyclical. You know,
It's cyclical.
always is.
There's that too. You know,
Happy adversity.
Yeah.
Says Dave.
He's done with a lot of adversary.
Warner Wolf, he died, right?
Warren Wolf
Yeah,
is
he
dead.
died. Yeah.
He died taking the letters off of his condo association's front.
What's that?
Anyway,
Anyway,
inside joke.
okay, bye.
Terzio's missing producer Joe. What happened to that guy behind the glass? You're not saying anything.
And also Fwakata adversary.
He may or may not be committing a crime now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he was in a serious situation that we will not comment on.
I'll tell
For
Oh,
legal
what?
reasons.
Say it. He finally caught up to him.
Barbara says, I live for Keith Fwakatas.
Thanks, Barbara.
Keith got a fan. It's right, Tommy.
Mindy says, good job. All right, Rodriguez, what you got for us?
Well, I'm just gonna say that I believe everything that Keith said about the Fwakatas. Fwakatas, the injuries forever. I mean, finally, somebody had the balls to Fwakata an injury.
Woo!
And they did it. All right, that's how you do it. It's gonna be a rough next six games, guys. Let's just hang in there and try not to kill everybody, because I don't think Lindor's coming out of it for the next 3 or 4 games. Maybe if that, and we got the Braves and the Diamondbacks coming in, and we're in dire straits. However, not to poop in everybody's milk, I think we can take 2 out of 3 because DeGrom does pitch on Saturday or Sunday.
He pitched Tuesday, right? So Wednesday,
Sunday.
He's pitching.
Oh,
Wait, Tuesday, Wednesday,
think,
Thursday,
right?
Friday, Saturday. Yeah,
he actually might.
Sunday.
Yeah, but we had a double dip today.
Oh, so
So it's either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah,
it'll be Peterson. No, Taiwan, Peterson, and DeGrom, I think.
likely.
Yeah. So
I don't think they're gonna pitch him on the 4th day. I think they'll figure something out.
Yeah,
We get-
either way.
we get a DeGrom day. It's fantastic. We
Mhm.
at least we compete in one out of those 3 games.
We get a DeGrom and a Taekwondo day versus the Braves.
We could. I mean, we could get 2 out of 3 from the Braves. So I'm hoping for that, and I'm hoping that we split. Well, no, we can't split the series. I'm hoping that we can take 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks too, because they're not as tough as the Braves, I think. So 4 out of 6, and I think
The next 6.
good for this year.
Yes, hell yeah.
I'll be happy. So let's go Mets. God bless my cousins. Thank you for watching. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Yep, thank you guys.
Love you guys. I'll see you soon. See you in June.
So either way, everybody who's watching that's not a Mets fan is going to be treated on Sunday night because it's a nationally televised event, and it's Jacob deGrom Day, and that's all you need to know.
Yo,
That's what's happening. Couple of tweets that just came through. Steve Gelb says, in spite of all the injuries this month, the Mets are now blank and blank. What do you feel? What in your heart with what the blood pressure has been this month? What do you think the Mets record has been in the month of May?
I don't know.
26 games. 24 games they've played.
it feels like 500 to me. That's why it's so like you never know. You don't know.
You said
Keith, what do you
24
think?
games. I would say like, yeah, a little over 500.
Okay, so 15 and 9.
Wow.
15 and 9, and if you do take 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, you're looking at a 17 and 10 month with 17 guys out.
Wait, in 2016, what did we do in May? Was it 2016 or 2017?
Don't that was a June. Oh, the May.
Right.
Why would you even bring that up?
No, well, just in comparison, right? So the leadership on our team and management on our team is doing an amazing job. I mean, with limited resources, we're winning. So kudos to that Mets manager who will remain nameless.
Terzio set 16 and 8. He was very, very close. And then, so the next tweet is from somebody saying, "I'm starting to see some of it, but I don't think Luis Rojas is getting nearly enough credit." He's obviously listening to our
good.
listening to our show. I don't think Luis Rojas is getting nearly enough credit for the job he's done to keep this team with 17 players on the IL not only afloat, but in first place, 4 games over 500, and 2.5 games ahead of the pack.
We'll just call him Mr. Adversary.
Adversity. All right, so as we close out here, let's talk a little bit about Sterling's Paradise here. If I can find where producer Jerry it is. Sterling's Paradise, located at 360 State Road 7 in Margate. Authentic Haitian cuisine. Just fantastic. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, daily lunch specials, and you can give them a call at, I'm waiting for the slider to go, 754-971-8955. And for those just listening on the podcast portion of the show, 754-971-8955. If you're down in the area, go ahead and check that wonderful restaurant
You won't be
out.
disappointed. They're amazing.
Terzio wants to know when the next show is.
Next
Who says
week.
we're doing it? Who says we're doing another show? Maybe this is
quit.
the last show.
We quit.
Well,
Well, come on when your wife comes on.
What's it?
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Your
Ex-wife.
ex-wife.
All right, so next week we'll have an option, but we'll get you out there. It'll likely be Thursday. Thursday is a 10. Here we go. Next week starts these sleepless nights. Stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and watching baseball on the West Coast.
That's a 10.
Oh, jeez.
10 p.m. start time Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night of that series. So we can go on Thursday. I think the Wednesday game will be cutting it close to the 3:40 start in Arizona. So
We're going to do a Wednesday, a Thursday pregame.
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds good.
So that'll do it for us. We appreciate all the comments, all the great comment. Of course, Terzio is always on here. We appreciate all Mindy and Barbara and David and let me scroll and Lou. I said Mindy already. David and Mindy. They were going back and forth. Tom Bohan
Mindy and David
and Keith and Rodriguez, Bohan and Ray, Melissa,
The Oogie.
Oogie.
You know what you need? You need
Is
one of
Oogie
those
Melissa?
little mirrors without the mirror in it. Do like the romper room thing. I see. You guys ever watch Romper Room? Am I dating myself?
Yeah, Danny.
Damn it.
How could you date Rodriguez?
I never saw.
You just didn't watch it.
I'm between both you guys. Is what it is, I guess.
Can you I just as we close out here, I want look at. Oh wait, I can't do that.
What are you doing?
I gotta leave. I was gonna take this away so everybody can see. Look at how much Rodriguez has been working out. Look at him. Look at his arms. Buff, man. Buff.
It's almost cartoonesque.
How dare you? All right, that'll do it for us. Big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy, and we will talk to you guys next week. Keep up with everything in the group and on the fan page. We're on Instagram also at the PWITV show. We everywhere. Oh, Tom Bohan does remember Romper Room. Maybe you guys can go talk about it in the group. All right. We'll talk to you all next week right here on the Put It in the Book show. Peace out, everybody.
Deuces.